On the next UTR, we hit Pentwater for a beautiful B&B and a whole new set of skills. We also take you to a restaurant that'll satisfy all your senses. Then we hit Manistee for a flight that'll get you high on this great town. We also show you how to get more iron in your diet and a historic hotel with its own happy place. We even show you some beaches. Don't miss this awesome edition of Under the Radar Michigan.
Under the Radar Michigan is brought to you in part by the Michigan State Housing Development Authority, investing in people, places, and partnerships to help transform Michigan and the Michigan economy. In cities, towns, and neighborhoods, people are building better places to live and better communities.
We all have one, that perfect spot, a special place we go to smooth out the ripples of the day. Our perfect spot is calling. Our perfect spot is pure Michigan. Your trip begins at michigan.org.
And by Big B Coffee, celebrating 18 years as a Michigan company. Gift cards, mugs, and coffee by the pound available in store and online. Franchise info available at biggby.com.
I've been around the world, but there's one place I keep coming back to. And the more I explore, the more I realize it's the place to be. I'm Tom Dalton, and this is Under the Radar Michigan. You know, I just fell in love with Pentwater, and in about 10 minutes, you're going to love it too. Only took me 5 minutes.
Pentwater is a West Michigan beach community that's absolutely perfect for worshiping the water. It's got a world-class marina, a beautiful white sand beach with plenty of soft sand to take home in your shoes, and lots of happy, friendly folks who'll be thrilled when you get here.
And let's not forget about the actual town. It's a classic resort community that's got everything you need to reduce your speed and get you back in touch with what's important. You.
Pentwater is located halfway up our magnificent mitten, right on the soft sandy shores of Lake Michigan. Moments after arriving in town, two things instantly entered my mind. One, why have I never been here before? And three,
Hey fellas, where are we gonna stay tonight?
you know us on UTR, we thrive on awesome and unusual. So using a simple form of geometry, we found us a place like no other.
Have you ever heard the old expression, 6 ways from Sunday? Well, I have no idea what that means, but I did manage to find us a really cool 6-sided bed and breakfast we could stay at. And we're staying on a Wednesday.
Just a short ways from downtown, on of all things 6th Street, is the Hexagon House. And this is one of the most unique and beautiful places you could stay in all of Michigan. This stately 6-sided structure is a true testament to Victorian architecture. Matt and Sandy Werner are the heart and soul of this graceful place and have owned and operated the inn since way back in the 1900s.
I read somewhere that this house is actually as old as the town is.
Almost. Pentwater started in the 1850s,
Right.
and this house was built about 1896. And we found that out through the tax records that Mr. Russell had over 100 acres of property here, and his tax rolls went up significantly in 1896.
What possessed him to build a 6-sided home?
Tell him the story, Matt.
Well, there's one fellow who lived here in town in the 20s, grew up here, and he wrote that Mr. Russell built a 6-sided house so the devil couldn't catch him in a corner.
He must have known him personally then or something, but interesting because a 6-sided home or structure is pretty rare, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It is. There are many octagon-shaped buildings and structures, but very few hexagon.
Now explain the transformation of this place, because I understand the porches, the wraparound porches weren't always here, and this place wasn't quite as lovely as it is today.
Well, Kurt and Jan Warners purchased the house from Dr. Bonine in 1994, and it was their vision to turn it into a bed and breakfast. And so they spent 18 months, took the house basically right down to the studs, and then started over, put an entire new roof on it, new cupola. They put all the porches on. And so when they got done, the house is about 3,200 square feet, and there's 4,000 square feet of porch.
Describe the rooms here for people that might, consider coming here.
The rooms are all very unique we go from a lodge room of beautiful oak furniture and navy quilts to our most Victorian room, which is our cherub room filled with pink flowered wallpaper and white iron bed and clawfoot tubs. And so we really can meet a lot of different needs of what people are looking for. But what they're all looking for is beauty, comfort, and just elegance. And we did not make it beautiful, but it's our privilege to keep it beautiful.
Another thing a lot of people don't know about the Hexagon House is that they have a very famous guest who stays here pretty regularly.
Let's see if he's in there. Oh, Harold, HP. He's probably out with Hermione.
Everything about the Hexagon House is frilly, fun, fascinating, and full of history. It's a must-stay place if B&Bs are your bag, baby. Our time there was so memorable, it's an experience I'll remember to never forget. Wait a minute, did I say that right? The next day, we managed to muster up 2 goals: to learn something and then eat something. So for starters, we headed over to the Pentwater Artisan Learning Center for a lesson in, well, just about everything.
This place is 11,000 square feet of how-to and the help that'll turn you into an expert in no time at all.
Whatever craft or skill you're craving to conquer, here at the Artisan Learning Center, they can help you get there. From painting and pottery to woodworking and welding, if you're hankering to learn how to do or make something, this is something you should definitely do. To help me learn more about this awesome learning center, I checked in with Sue Hopp.
Whose incredibly wonderful idea was this?
The Artisan Center is the brainchild of Gene Davidson.
What was his inspiration?
He wants to give back. He feels he's had so much his whole life that it's important to him to give back, and he did in grandeur.
Well, I say this all the time. Probably people are tired of me saying it, but we don't do enough with our hands anymore. It's like a lost art form.
That's true.
And to be able to come to a place like this, there's so many crafts and skills that we need to carry on.
It's incredible. He and his wife, Barbara, have done a wonderful job. I mean, there's no stone left unturned here. You can do anything.
Oh, it's amazing. There's everything from woodworking to welding to, I mean, you can make rugs here. You don't make toupees, do you?
Well, we haven't started yet, but you've given us a new idea.
Just checking. Does everybody in the community know about what you're doing here? How long has this been here?
This has been here since 2002, and this new edition's 2008. So we've celebrated a few years and welcome new members all the time. We still have new members joining all the time.
Finish the sentence for me. Every community needs an artisan center like this because?
It has everything that you could imagine. Everything you could imagine. The community, it brings everybody together. It's a mentoring center. It helps people become better people. We all care. We all work together. We all mentor each other into something.
What's the most rewarding thing for you being a part of this thing?
Seeing people come and say, oh, I just don't know what I can do. I'm like, okay, well, let's walk through here. Now, what can't you do? You can do it all because there's someone here to guide you all the way.
If you can make it with your hands, you will show me how.
If you can think about it, if you can create it, it will be done.
Right, just have to teach me to learn first.
And we can do that.
I had an absolute blast making the rounds to find out what inspired all these people to expand their horizons. Every town should have a place like the Artisan Learning Center. That way we can all learn to do new things, and even how to do some things better.
I checked to see if they offered a class on how to host a TV show. No such luck. Now, this is the part of the Pentwater show where we get something to eat. No surprise there, but this time we decided to entertain all our senses.
At Gull Landing, you can get plates of good food, plenty of awesome atmosphere, and even good music to munch to. The place has a laid-back summer resort feel, and is the perfect place to meet and eat with the locals. They've even got entertainment that's as entertaining as owner Diane Russell.
So you guys, your family's owned this for 30 years.
Probably a little longer than that. My parents, it started off, it was like a B&K root beer stand, like an A&W root beer stand. And my parents started it, and then one of the chefs from across the street said, you know, I can make prime rib. So they turned it into a restaurant, and he's still here. And he's been here for over 30 years. Yeah.
Really?
One of the cooks, yeah.
Well, I heard a story about your dad.
Oh, no.
With the didn't he serve hot dogs first?
Yes, he served Vienna hot dogs. We were originally from Chicago. and he served Vienna hot dogs, but we couldn't buy Vienna hot dogs and they wouldn't deliver. So he used to take a van and drive down to Chicago to pick up hot dogs.
Well, tell the egg story. I love that. He decided to serve breakfast.
So my dad started doing breakfast at the restaurant, and he told his customers that he was only serving double yolked eggs, that he's going to Mannix Farm, which is just outside of town, looking under the light and only getting double yolked eggs, but he was actually just cooking 2 small eggs together. But everybody believed that he did that.
And it worked.
And it worked well.
So this place turned into, from a little teeny hot dog stand, into a restaurant. Now you've got this outdoor patio and deck. It's got an atmosphere like you're in Key West. And
Isn't
now,
that kind of cool?
Oh, it's
Yeah.
awesome. It's totally the kind
Yeah.
of place that I like to hang out. And you have entertainment, too.
Yes, every Wednesday and Sunday, and sometimes in the fall on different weekends when we have the different festivals and stuff.
Well, you've stayed, obviously, for a while. And it can't just be the restaurant. What do you think gives this town its mojo, its personality?
You know, it's the generations of people that keep coming back. You know, I'm waiting on people who are bringing their grandkids who were here with my parents when they were little kids. It's just, Pentwater's a real generational thing.
It's neat that you're carrying on the family tradition. It's kind of a cool thing.
Yeah, I didn't want anybody else to. Because my parents put their sweat and a lot of hard work into the place.
Well, it's come a long way since a hot dog stand.
Yes, it has.
You still have hot dogs on the menu?
You know, we do late night hot dogs on the weekends for people when they leave the bars.
Well, I'm going to get the double yolked eggs.
Yeah, you have to go find the chicken. I don't know.
Well, before I go find that chicken, I figured I should try finding some happy Pentwater patrons. And here at Gull Landing, you don't have to look for those. So I understand you come here a lot.
We do. We come here all year round. We enjoy it here. We've got great bartenders that typically we walk in the door, they bring the drink before we even sit down.
You come here a lot,
I guess that means we come here a lot.
It's the people we've met here. It's the atmosphere. Music is awesome on Wednesday and Sundays for jazz night. Drinks are good. Bartenders friendly. That's why we come.
Bada bing.
Yeah.
There's only a couple places to eat outside here, and this is one of them. And we watch the sailboats go by and the sun setting. It's just fabulous. We love it.
Well, I like this kind of tropical feel to it.
It's beautiful.
You're out on a deck, you're under the trees, you know, the water's right there.
Absolutely.
Drinks are right here. I mean, yeah, both liquids. Both you, that's perfect.
Absolutely. It's fluid, right?
Right.
Good. Just like Pentwater. It's great.
Our philosophy on UTR is go where the locals go and you'll find your happy place. And you won't find a place to eat and party happier than Gull Landing. You also won't find a place that fits your getaway plans better than Pentwater, where you can stay, learn, and even play in classic Mitten State style.
And I'll bet it didn't take you 10 minutes to love it either.
When you first drive into Manistee, you'll probably have the same reaction I had.
Wow, what a cool downtown.
This is a classic Michigan city with incredible architecture that was built with tons of lumber money way back in the 1800s. Now the city is preserving its illustrious past and moving into a fascinating future with young and daring entrepreneurs who are helping shape Michigan's bright and prosperous future. Manistee is located just 45 minutes north of Pentwater on US 31, right on the shores of Lake Michigan. How convenient. Manistee is also a great beach and boating community that has all the aquatic accoutrements you need to enjoy the great Lake Michigan. So you can soak your soul and sand in the surf, or tie up your floating friend and still enjoy some great city life. Heck, you might even want to live here.
And guess what? I know some folks that can get you so high on Manistee, you'll see the whole place in about an hour. Like, dude.
Orchard Beach Aviation is just north of town and just about the perfect way to see how beautiful this part of Michigan truly is. They offer fun and affordable scenic air tours that will have you looking down and feeling up about where you chose to be. Our experienced pilot and captain for the day was Gail Sohnfeld. She loves what she does, where she lives, and was genuinely excited to share it with us. After a quick pre-flight check and a promise from me that I'd behave, we cast our fate to the wind and took off for the mild blue yonder.
What a perfect job for somebody who loves where they live, to be able to take people up here and show it off in this way.
Yeah, aerial views are the best.
Well, you get to show off how beautiful this part of Michigan is.
It absolutely is beautiful. Like, we're so close to the lake. We're so grateful and so lucky to have this.
Oh yeah, look at the shoreline from here. You can see the beaches and the bluffs.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So this is a great thing to do with your family.
Yeah,
If you got
kids love it.
If you've got a couple of kids love airplanes, even big kids. And what a great thing to do. And it's affordable. I mean, this is really something cool to do.
It's amazing how many people, like local people that I take up, that are like, we've seen the sign for years and we just never, felt the need to come in. And they see their town from the air and they're just blown away.
Everybody should see their hometown from the air like this.
Yeah.
Actually, everybody should see your hometown from the air like this. Is beautiful.
Yes.
And then it happened. In the blink of an eye, Gail decided to hand the controls over to me.
Am I flying the plane right now?
You are.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned on the Pray for Your Lives light.
I'm really flying it?
You are, yeah. Head towards the lake over there. Head towards Bar Lake.
Okay.
Just keep our level.
How am I doing so far?
You're doing awesome.
Okay, I'm going to give it back to you in 3, 2, 1. There you go. Don't you want to please take it back?
Okay.
We landed, loved every minute of it, and instantly started to make plans to bring our families back. The Orchard Beach Aviation Scenic Air Tour really is a great way to see everything you don't want to miss in Manistee. And speaking of missing something, there's one thing on UTR we never ever miss, and that's a good meal. That's right, all this flying got us hungry, so we decided to break bread at the Ironworks Cafe, a place that not only serves healthy local food, it's also part of a grassroots movement that's helping this entire community eat better. Local chef Brandon Singh helped take the concept one step further by taking this old landmark and turning it into a cafe that brings local vegetables, fruits, and this philosophy to fruition.
Now, on the surface, this place looks like, or one might think, it's just like a really cool cafe in a funky classic building, but it's a lot more than that, right?
Yeah, it absolutely is. So it's a nonprofit cafe, a part of a larger organization called the Community Kitchen that runs the farmers market, community gardens, and this cafe. So it's educational based.
Well, there's a couple signs outside that really say it all: cultivating the past and planting the future.
Yeah.
I mean, doesn't that sum it up?
It does. So this building was, originally kind of the birthplace of industry in Manistee. They made, steam engines and pumps and things that really put Manistee on the map. It was the largest employer in the area. We picked this building for the rebirth of the local economy, and we believe it's, now about developing that sense of place and, developing that sense of community that, made us, who we are.
Well, you're one of the people, if not the person, that really founded this concept. What inspired you, or what got you so interested in making people in this area healthier?
Yeah, so it's not my concept, it's our concept, but somebody had to start, and we've learned a lot in the process. We've had successes, we've had failures. I mean, there were times where we didn't think this place was going to be able to open, but the community banded together and we pulled through and made it work. So it's kind of like an old-fashioned barn raising. Everybody comes together to put something up. And it took everybody to get where we're at today.
And you even have the community garden right behind the building here, don't you?
Yeah, so there's 2 community gardens in the Manistee Kitchen Network. This is one of them, and this is a production garden for food pantries. So we grow vegetables here that feed a network of about 6 food pantries locally. And that's an opportunity for volunteers to come in, work and pull some health out of the soil, for folks in the area that need it. If somebody comes in and they want to work for an hour in the garden, we'll give them a meal voucher. Like it's, community is really a two-way street. It's not me handing you something. It's us working together to develop a solution, and that's really what we're trying to create in the space.
And so it goes beyond food. You're lessening our carbon footprint. You're reusing, being creative when you do it.
Right. Yeah. We're using what's in season, what's available to us, and kind of eating the way people did here when this building was first put up in 1907.
This building may not be an Ironworks anymore, but they are working on making all of us here in Michigan a lot healthier. And that, my friends, works for me.
So next time you're near Manistee, manage to get yourself over to the Ironworks Cafe. They'll serve you information, inspiration, and a great meal. Bonus.
Historic preservation is important to all of us here at UTR, especially when it brings us a great place to stay, eat, and a frosty cold adult malted beverage. I love history.
The Ramsdell Inn is literally the gem of downtown Manistee. This incredible structure was built in 1891 for a cost of only $35,000. Now it serves as the anchor to this great city. I'm telling you, this place is as much fun to look at as it is to walk into. If you want to stay at a place with fascinating history, you should make some history of your own right here. Ah, but wait, there's more. Down the stairs and around this impressive granite pillar is TJ's Pub, a great place to greet, meet, and eat with friends and family. It's a classic, cozy pub with everything you need to feel, well, good again. The two people who personify this pub and the passion it takes to move a monument like the Ramsdell into the future are Lindsay and Matt Swiderski. They've taken this gem and shined it up for all of us to enjoy.
I don't even know where to start with this building. First of all, first question, how did a nice young couple like you guys come to own this landmark property?
Well, we had been looking to do something downtown, purchase a building downtown to start a restaurant. It's been a dream of ours, something we've talked about for years. And actually, we had put an offer in on a building, and that same day it sold. So, at the time, it, was kind of devastating, but we got over it and said this isn't meant to be. And we had inquired about the building across the street, the old Glicks building, which the previous owner who owned this also owned that. And so when we talked to him about that building, he said, hey, what about the Ramsdell Inn and TJ's Pub? That he is looking to unload his properties that he has here. And so we sat down, we got a full tour of the place. The hotel wasn't really our background. That was kind of an added bonus. But it just worked out. We worked out the details. It was about a 6-month process, going through all the paperwork, legalities of everything. But 6 months later, here we were, and March 20th was our first day in operation.
Yeah, this place is really almost a destination in and of itself. I mean, the town is incredible, but just to come here is a special thing. What are the rooms like?
So we have 10 rooms, and we have 3 different types of rooms: our standard room, a fireplace room, and then our suites. And each room is decorated different, a different theme, different name. Very Victorian, some of them, but some of them also have a nice, cozy cottage theme. So people really get the feeling that they're on a great vacation.
Well, now, you explained how you acquired the building, but why? I mean, what inspired you guys to do this?
It's in our blood to own a business. We were both born
and
into
raised,
it.
Yeah. Well, born and raised in Manistee.
Yeah.
I was going to say, why Manistee?
Grew up here.
Yeah.
I've just grown to love it here. We now have a young son, and just kind of, wanted to do more, wanted to do something good in Manistee and keep this, place running. And just, it's a good thing. It's good for the community, it's good.
Every town should have a place like this. Would you mind if we took it with us?
No. No, you can't. It's mine. I'm sorry.
Darn it. That never works.
No.
They will never ever make buildings like this again. So if you get the chance, stop by the Ramsdell for a room, a Reuben, and even a round of your favorite beverages. You'll end up loving history as much as we do. And if you get a chance to make it to Manistee, make some time to stay a while. It's a great place to get high on Michigan, healthier food, and some history with fringe benefits.
Michigan, you gotta love it. Hey folks, thanks so much for watching Under the Radar Michigan. I really appreciate it. Look, if you want to know more about what we do, where we go, what we have, go to utrmichigan.com. You can get our brand new book, UTR The First 50. You can get DVDs of our shows. You can get wearables, even this brand new hoodie like the one I'm wearing right here. Pretty sweet, huh? So go to utrmichigan.com. You'll have fun, I guarantee.
Under the Radar Michigan is brought to you in part by the Michigan State Housing Development Authority, investing in people, places, and partnerships to help transform Michigan and the Michigan economy. In cities, towns, and neighborhoods, people are building better places to live and better communities.
It's human nature to plan ahead, but sometimes our best ideas come when there's no plan at all. when we just go with the flow and let the day unfold as it was meant to be. A day on the water, soaking up the sun. A day we leave up in the air. Yesterday, this was just a last-minute idea. Today, our big surprise is pure Michigan. Your trip begins at michigan.org.